Hey everyone, this is Alex from Alex's Autism Exceptions channel. It's a pretty late night, but something has come up lately in the past few days. It's really been on my mind, so I figured I'd talk about it with you guys, and you guys could let me know your thoughts. Before we get into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So I'm just going to shoot you guys straight. A lot of times in my life, there are periods where I go through where I'm cool being single, but also there are moments where, I want a relationship, and I start looking for that. And that's one of those times, like I'm starting to look for a relationship. I just really enjoy how close and intimate relationships are able to get if you do it right. I am on the more social side of the spectrum, so I really enjoy hanging out with people, and when I like those people, I love to spend time with them, and I really do think it's time to start looking again. I don't know. There are things, there are just things that have been bugging me lately where I don't really want to be like by myself. I don't know. But the reality is that I probably spent about, I'd say 80% of my adult life where I've been single, and I'd say about 80% of that time I'm totally cool with that. But every now and then there's just this point where it's like, man, it kind of sucks to be single. Personally, I know some people who are great being single, and that's the case for me most of the time. But feelings have started coming up again, and I'm like, I really wish I had a relationship right now. But the bottom line is, none of my previous relationships have been successful, and I honestly think that's because me and the girlfriend that I had like a different brain chemistry. I think, and yeah, let's talk about that. The first thing why I think this hasn't been a success in the past is because of the communication disorder. Because for those of you who don't know, autism is a communication disorder as well as a social disorder. But basically, in relationships, and this has happened with me personally, there tends to be a lot of times where misunderstanding occurs, and you think, and my partners have thought that I had done something that was intended to hurt them or intended to confuse them, when in reality it was to help them and to clarify it to them. So, that's a big problem when you're talking about, like, making really big decisions, like where you're going to live or what your job's going to be, or how you plan to support each other. Because I take dating very seriously. I do date to prepare for marriage. And I think if you're able to have disagreements on very minor things, that eventually that can get into the way when it comes to making really big decisions. So I want to make sure me and my partner are on the same page, communication-wise, with those big decisions. And what needs to happen for me to feel confident about that is for pretty small decisions to be resolved. And I do believe that an Aspie and I can agree and like understand each other on the small decisions a lot better than me and neurotypicals can. So the other thing I want a partner to want is to understand my journey and to understand my story. And I think someone does a much better job at that if they live through it if they live through a specific condition, much better than those that don't. Obviously, no fault of their own to the people that don't. But I do think it's better that when somebody understands like certain issues that you face and certain issues that you overcame, you're able to appreciate each other a lot more and admire each other a lot more. So I do think that's a really important step in a relationship. Final reason why I think an Aspie is the best suited partner for me is because we're able to understand each other. So, you know, one of the reasons quite a bit of girlfriends have left me was because of like my quirks and my social awkwardness, because they didn't really understand why that was. You know, I never told them. So I think when I start to get quirky around a relationship with someone with Asperger's, they're naturally going to understand that. And if I start stimming, they're going to understand that. And they're also going to be there for me. It's also more likely that they'll be there for me when I start to have hard times with like sensory overload and all that than the majority of relationships. So that's why I think that. But anyways, guys, that's the reality of the situation. That's why I think the best partner for me is someone with Asperger's. Yeah, those are my reasons. Let me know in the comments what you thought, if you agree or not. If you disagree, let me know why. I'd love to have a conversation about it. But regardless, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple days. Thank you, guys.